The Antetokounmpos at the Acropolis in Athens. Three brothers, three NBA champions, and one proud mom in Veronica Antetokounmpo. It's one of the great stories in all of sports, one that will be made into a Disney movie called Greek Freak, set to begin production later this year. But next week, a highly anticipated book will be released about the Bucks star entitled Giannis, the Improbable Rise of an NBA MVP. I spoke to the author, Miran Fader.
Giannis is a deeply private person. He doesn't trust easily, but once he trusts you, he is so caring and so loyal and will always be there, do anything for you. And I think that's why he's so endearing. You know, I interviewed 221 people for this book and not one person had something negative to say about Giannis. And so I think it's safe to say he is probably the most beloved player in the NBA. What I love and appreciate about him most was just how hard it was for him to adjust to America. I think at the time when he was a rookie, we were all really falling in love with his personality. You know, he was having smoothies and he looked like he was having a ball and everything was great. But deep down, he was really, really lonely and he was homesick. And he felt like this adjustment was just too hard at some point. So I just appreciated the candor of that conversation and that, because I think that people don't really realize how hard it was for him to go from where he grew up to a completely foreign environment.
When you look back on the book, what is the part that you are most proud about?
I'm most proud that it didn't shy away from his complicated relationship to Greece. Giannis loves Greece. He talks about his love for Greece all the time. But Greek people do not always love Giannis, and that's a really hard truth that a lot of people don't talk about. To this day, murals of him are still desecrated in Athens with swastikas. And there is a racist element of society that does not wish him well, that will never accept him as Greek. And I'm really proud that the book decided to tackle that, as well as the wider political context with which Giannis grew up in, because to just say he is the embodiment of the American dream, he is an example of rags to riches and working hard, is to really discount the myriad of forces that make life really, really hard there for people of color that are not as tall as Giannis, will never have the athleticism of Giannis, will never be able to ascend the way that he has. So I hope that people appreciate just the wider context and still appreciate the basketball, because there's tons of that in there. But I couldn't leave out that other stuff because it would do a disservice to his story.
Giannis, the Improbable Rise of an NBA MVP, will be released on Tuesday, August 10th. It is available to pre-order. Hard copies are available now at your local Barnes & Noble.